exactly is Firebase Studio, and when it got released, or like why it got released. So if you have, how many of you have watched like say Google I/O, maybe like just maybe put on hand or something. Oh, great. So great. So what we'll do is I'll just walk you through this website. So you can just go to like search for Firebase Studio. You can go to this website, the talks of it. So in this, the recent event of IO, they have introduced us with Firebase Studio. Like Google have introduced us with Firebase Studio. Of course, it was there, but then it has like officially announced. Okay, they are supporting this Firebase Studio, and they are working on it very continuously. So, like, say what exactly Firebase Studio does, or maybe like what is cursor, what is winds of everything. So let me just make it to dark theme so that right. So let's just understand what exactly vibe coding means. So I can show you some platform, like say we have something called Cursor. So if I can show you in, so Cursor is something kind of an application which is based on like VS Code, which has like say you can just put in some prompt and you can get a lot of different code. Like you can get whole code and you can just keep on writing. If you're getting some problem, it will just fix it. So you can see I'm just trying to build something with prompt. So I can say vibe coding is just about how do you write a prompt to get something done within like 5 minutes or maybe 10 minutes max to max. So there, like we have already seen vibe coding with like say Bolt AI or maybe Lovable, and also of course ChatGPT or Copilot. I can say people having premium or pro version of Gemini also uses it, or maybe like Claude. So they all have their own platform to build something new. Uh, Maybe like you can just write one prompt and get it done within like maybe 5 minutes or something. So that is what vibe coding is. Like you write the prompt, you get a code, and then like your website or maybe application is built within like minutes or within an hour, maybe I can say, because you have to fix an errors. So that is about vibe coding. Now let's just understand what is Firebase. So let's get started with it. What is Firebase Studio? So Firebase Studio is one of the platform like Cursor or like Windsurf. We have Firebase Studio, but then why Firebase Studio came? Like why Google is investing a lot of money in Firebase Studio? Because of course you have to invest a lot of money. You need code base. You need uh, maybe like say you don't only need the code base of public sources, because public sources will not have all the code that you need. For maybe like you don't have open source code with high end projects means I can say people with like platform where a lot of people comes. So I can say Google and Microsoft has some, or even cloud is winning with. And I can see one more, you might have seen that even Grok is coming up with their own, like Elon Musk basically is coming with their own platform like Grok, where you can actually do live coding, sorry, vibe coding, I can say, not live coding. And vibe coding with literally you can see preview of it as well, right? While you're writing the code, you can run that code, where that is not supported in chat gpt yet. It is not supported yet, but it might be, they might support it later. So that is one thing we are seeing in Grok, let's say, right? So we have already said vibe coding. Like, is vibe coding is a real thing? Like, of course, vibe coding is there. You might have heard about it, but is it a real thing? Real thing means I can say, is it being deployed in production, right? Whether it the apps that is built on this vibe coding, is it deployed in production? Is it people using it? So yes, you might have like you might go to like a Twitter or at that x.com and just try to search for vibe code, and you will get hashtag with vibe code. A lot of application with, of course, there are consequences of it. We'll talk about the consequences, but yes, there are like lot of production based or production grade application which is running in the market, which is vibe coded probably, right? So that is. real thing. Now it is becoming a real thing, I can say. If you might have heard a news, like Microsoft, almost 37% of the work has shifted to AI, like AI agents. So agent does the 37% of job, which is almost like, you can say, 10,000 people job cutting probably, if I talk about Microsoft point of view. Then we will just try to compare with, like, say, first we have to understand what exactly Firebase is, but we'll try to compare Firebase with the other platforms as well. So let's just compare it. Why does Firebase, how many of you have heard of Firebase, not the Firebase Studio, but just Firebase? I just see. Okay, I guess most of us itself and Firebase. Yeah, basically. So Firebase is a kind of, like, say, when you use Firebase, or if you have used Firebase, I guess some of the professionals are also here. So we can say, like, Firebase is something you had, like, you can store data. Basically, all the backend part of your code goes to Firebase, right? You can create a application in React, Vue, Angular, anything, and you can have your backend deployed on Firebase probably, right? Or even on Firebase, it supports ML engines as well. So you can also put your AI ML like models on Firebase, let's say. But then Firebase Studio came is yeah, like we have all used Firebase at least for that thing. Okay, so Firebase Studio is something, like, say, when you have so how it is different. First, let's understand like how it is different from other platforms like Windsurf or Cursor or Bolt AI or Lovable AI. So when you go to Lovable AI, or, like, say, if I go to Bolt AI, so it is Bolt dot new, I guess. Yeah, so when we come to this platform, we have, like, you can of course build something from this application. But the problem is, with Bolt or anything, if you have ever built a AI tool, or me, sorry, I'm like, if you have ever built a website or application using an AI tool, you might have seen a problem. Like, if you have an error, it will just keep on asking you to fix the error, but it never goes and fixes the error. If you don't know, like, it is not more about uh, fixing an error on their own. They try it, but most probably they fail with the fixing the errors. Even if you build a website fully through vibe coding, like, it still lack the backend part of it. You cannot use backend inside it. So backend part, I have also built Cursor. Using Cursor, I have built something. Windsurf, I have built something. But when it comes to backend part of it, they really do not do the job. Like, they lack in the backend part. So then that is where I can say Firebase Studio comes. And how it helps us is, Firebase already have a backend into it, right? Firebase already is a backend platform. But then when Firebase Studio comes into picture, then they come up with their, like, say, if I go to Firebase Studio, inside Firebase Studio, you can just connect your backend thing here directly. There is no limitation here. You can just go here, write your code, whatever code you want to write, sorry, prompt you want to write. You can write the prompt, and by default, you have a backend in Firebase, which is much more efficient than Windsurf, or I can say Cursor. That is what Google claims, at least I can say. So that is one thing about Firebase Studio, that it already has their own backend, so it does not have to go and search for some other backend. Yeah, of course we have like multiple tools here, like, say, Go. If you can go and search for Go backend, like, say, backend server is in Go, or API server, you want whatever you want to do, you can use it with Go. Or, like, say, you can use a Django, or maybe Flask, or I can say, where it is, Next.js. So you can use, or Node.js. So you can use any kind of framework that you want, but yes, it supports backend already, like Firebase Studio. So that is one of the main, or I can say, the most uh, appropriate thing AI tool can do. That is where Google stands, and it gives you a lot of different um boilerplate codes, I can, or boilerplate. Not boilerplate, I can say, but yeah, we already get a mm, what can I say here? So yeah, we already get something built on, like say,
Right.
built on top of Angular or like say Go or anything, right? There is one more thing, like we already get some kind of sample prompts. Like if you click on expense tracker, it will give you a prompt here. It is also having an option to improve prompt. If you have used Vertex AI, it also has the same thing, so you can improve
Yes,
upon the
right.
prompt. Hello, who is it?
Yes, yes, you're right. Continue.
Okay. So then what are the features we have inside Firebase Studio? So we have like AI assisted prototyping, then we have Firestore integration is there. The only limitation of Firebase Studio I can say is it, even though it has their own backend Firebase Studio, but it is not trying to connect with Firebase Studio directly. It just like it does not create their own API keys and all. You have to go and create the API key and then write your everything if you are trying to publish it, or maybe if you're trying to connect with Firestore databases. So you have to go and then connect it with it. Then we have customizable front end tools, so you can customize that. Yeah, that is, this tools are there, like you can customize your tools based on your needs. And second thing is like code editor. So we'll go to that, like how to go inside code editor. Then we have GitHub integration, and also we have deployment tools here. So these are some features that we get in Five Studio. So let's just jump into vibe coding with Firebase Studio. So like say, what kind of prompt should we write to get our proper website probably? So if I keep on writing my prompt, yeah, yeah. So let me just put a prompt here. I just want, like say, I can just use some prompt from here, but let's just go with a prompt that you guys can give me. So if you have a prompt, you can just give me, or you just give me a prompt, like normal prompt, like anything, maybe. If you're having a prompt, you can just like you can just give me a random, like random prompt. I will try to see how to
Prompt,
deal with the prompt.
prompt regarding what?
Yeah, Sahil. If anybody is having any prompt, you can just put it in the chat box. Uh, do not try to refine it. I'll see. I'll tell you like how can we refine it. Prompt regarding what? Prompt regarding like so create an application on this Firebase Studio. Like you can give any prompt. Like say if you want to create a application, or let's just go with any kind of prompt. Yeah, build an app from your media files. Okay, let's just go with it. Actually, if I do that, you have to enable, like, we cannot show it in the real time for now. The reason is I have to then go and enable my media files that I don't want to do for now. If you have some, like, we can build it, I can show you, but create an application for of hotel management. E-commerce website is very easy, Girish. I can say like if I put an e-commerce, if I just write and create an e-commerce website, it will just give me an e-commerce website. So create an hotel management something. Let's go with that. Create an application of hotel management. So first thing, Kanban style project board with draggable task cards. Okay, let's go one by one with everything that you guys have said. So what I want to do is like if I put this kind of prompt, it will probably, like say if I put this prompt here, it'll probably tell me to improve this prompt. So it will try to improve this prompt on the based on what it understands, right? But can we do better than this? So what we are going to do is before we go into vibe coding, like usual thing is to just go to chat GPT, chat GPT here, and let's just put a prompt. So I have already tried something. So Firebase Studio prompt. So what I'll do is I'll just write like say write up. Maybe I'll just go here. Let me. Mhm. So I can just go here. Let me just copy paste it. So let's just see what prompt it is giving me. So based what I'm trying to just give it that let me just give me a prompt to Firebase Studio, whereas so it is going to give me a prompt which is based on Firebase Studio, like what to use from Firebase itself. So let's just use here. So you can see we got a proper full prompt here. We can just go and now copy paste these. Like so, what I can do is copy paste this with a proper formatting. So I'll just try to copy it from here. So we got full prompt here, right? We don't have to go and search for anything. So we can just see like it is trying to give me user authentication. For now, we'll leave this part. Like we don't want to do user authentication. Like because if it loads the first page authentication, we have to authenticate there. Or let's just try it. Then we have project board columns. So our user can create multiple boards. Each board has column list, to do, in progress, done. So something like this we already got here. Then we have a task card with it. Like it is just trying to explain a prop in a proper way that Fire Studio can understand it very easily. So we have understood, like say ChatGPT has understood that, and then it had given me a proper prompt to write it in the inside this Fire Studio. So we are using AI to make an AI agent, or I can say AI to make a prompt, better prompt, to put it again to the AI. So let's just feed it here. So this is what it got. Now what we can do is we can, if we want, we can choose from here, like what we want to use. For now, I'll just see what it is suggesting us, like by default. So if I can write prototype with AI, we can just go here, prototype with AI. Let's see what it is suggesting us. So when you click on prototype with AI, you can also upload. Wait a second. So it is trying to give us a prototype. So by default, it gave us a blueprint. Okay, like we can go with task flow as an application name, and then it is trying to get the features, like what are the kinds of feature that we can have, and also the layouts are there. So if you want, you can change it. Like say, I can click on this customize, and I can change it properly, like what I want to change here. So like say I want to change a color, so you can just go here, edit the color if you want. So as of now, I'm just going with the color that it is suggesting us. But if you want to change something, you can change here, come here and try to write more prompts here that you want to write. And one more thing is, as I was talking, like when you are trying to write it, so you can also upload, like say, image or drawing. There is one thing is very good here, that you can no need to properly go in Figma and draw everything. You can just also upload an handwritten drawing basically. Okay. So that is something this Five Studio supports here. So we can just go and let's. So by default, it has suggested us that we can go with TypeScript, Next.js, and Tailwind CSS. So this is the UI stack. And then if you want, you can also put backend stuff here. So let's go and keep this prototype, this app, and let's see how much time it takes and how it is giving us the results. So it will now try to build some files based on what we have given. So let's just see. We'll wait till it is done. And there is also a button, like you can see here, switch to code. So once it is done, we'll also switch to code so that we can see properly what code it has written to us, what code it has given to us. And let's just wait for it to be completed. Okay, I think it is taking a lot of time here. Okay, now it is done. It is trying to give us probably Next.js project with the package.json. It's trying to create a package.json now. Let me just see what is my internet speed. Internet speed is because it is. Okay. So let's just wait. It is loaded. If you guys 10 and 10 Gris is like 100. Okay. Yeah, when you are like starting with it is very good. But I can we'll see about the consequences of vibe coding as well in a bit. So then we'll realize. Then we'll see whether we can rate it at 100. Probably yes, we get a lot of things done quickly with vibe coding. But I can say one thing, like if we know a little bit of coding, it helps us with debugging our app or maybe improving on ourselves, understanding it, how it is working. And the main part of any application is like scalability. So that is where we need a human intervention probably. I till now I can see like it is none of the platform is kind of doing that job. So okay, so we got an application which is trying to start here, and there is one you can see there is a lot of codes it has written here. So there are almost like how many files we got here. So we got a lot of files over here with. So starting the app is taking time. If we want, we can investigate here like what is happening. So we got some error, I guess. So it is just trying to fix the error. Let's see how it is fixing it. Investing server failure. It looks like Nestlé service is having a trouble because of show back errors. Okay. So it is trying to fix the error now. Let's just wait one until the error is fixing. So I guess we got an error while it is just trying to load the application. So package.json has an error. Okay, it has changed. Auto fixing errors because of, I guess, problem with the versions, I guess. Let us wait for it. Investigation. Okay, debugging package.json. Again, we have a problem. So we can see whatever the things happening with the code, we can see it over here, like what is happening, what it is trying to do, and how it is trying to figure out. So there is a problem with GenKit tools. Let us just see if it is getting loaded. Still, there is a problem. So I guess it is fixed. Let us just reload this page. Why it is taking this much time? Okay, still there is a problem with the configuration file. Now it has changed. So it was saved in TS file, but it was expecting next.config.js or mjs. So let's just wait for it. Again, there is an error. Okay. Ah, I have all okay. So now it has done, and there is a problem with the API key. So probably because of this, we are getting the API key because we have not created a Firebase project. So now we can go and create a project. So it is trying to create a project on their own, creating a Firebase project, because when if you're not creating a Firebase project, that is one thing I told you already, that where Firebase Studio is still lagging. Like it can create a project on their own, but I think here is one place where Google has not done the job properly, because it is already having their own backend. So I believe they can fix this problem with just having, like, the minute I create an application, if it needs Firebase in backend, it just creates a project and then do it. Just try to get the project API keys and everything. So it will take some time because Firebase project creation, if someone has created, I know that it will take some time. So let me just go to Firebase console till that, so that we can see what is exactly happening over there. So Firebase, go to console. So we'll take us to console. We can see there are some projects which is here, and now it is trying to create a project. So I was just trying with some project here. So we got by default save specifier. So you can see whatever the project is built using Five Studio, it is showing that okay, this project is built using Firebase Studio. Meanwhile, we can also go here and let's just try to see in the. So you can click on this switch to code, and if I switch to code, we can see that there is a whole lot of codes is appeared here with the VS Code, uh, in like VS Code kind of layout, and so yes, here we have VS Code, and this side you can also see like we have a Gemini here properly. Now inside this Gemini, it is not like this Gemini is not as equal to like what we were seeing there. We can actually just so this particular Gemini will have access to your whole code, where you can just see or maybe like say you can just fix your errors or try to get the proper, like say example, I don't know where, so there is nothing till now it is visible. So until and unless I don't know where something is written, I can just go here and keep on going into SRC and try to see where it has made some changes or what component is doing what. Instead of that, we can also go here and try to understand, like say, where is find me the page, or maybe find me the page with crowd operation. So if I do that, and you can also choose proper like say example, first thing I have to do a Gemini API key, but you can also choose here the models. Like say I can also go for 2.0 Pro model. Like Flash is something, of course, we are used to it, but you can also choose in this particular thing. You can also choose 2.5 Pro or maybe 2 Pro experimental. But when we choose 2.5 Pro, it asks us with an API key, and also have to pay for it probably. So here we can just go with 2.0 Pro experimental, and it will try to give us a. So I can just go here, get an API key. Let me just go here and take an API key. So till that, let me stop sharing. I don't want to show the API key, and then let me just generate an API key. So I guess the project is not created yet. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, so since the project is not created yet, I cannot be having it. So yeah, let me just, yep, it is done. Now let me go ahead and create a project. So let me just show you what it has given us. Yeah, there was like traffic issue, I guess, because of which it was taking too much time. Now it is done. It has done the setup of Firebase as well. There is one thing which is like if I go to in, I'll just show you the what is here. Like if I click on sign in with Google, you can see it is trying to load with this like sign in with Google page. It is not loaded. So this thing is not working. So why it is not working? Let me show you. So I can just go to this environment.local.env.local file and not here maybe. I just go to this and let me just show you. So if I go to env.local, you can see that we got all the like everything is done, but the only thing is not done is the it has not configured any API key here with the project name. So that is one problem I can say which is here. So because of that, I was trying to avoid this page where there is a authentication. So what I can do is for now I'll just override this problem, right? So let's just override this and let's go to the switch to prototyper, and then I will just try to give this a command like for now avoid having a like say login page, just remove it and give us a home page to work with. And also you can like I can just write like, and also you can just use a dummy user for now, dummy user for now, right? So the minute I am giving this command, it will try to see where this login page is, and then it will try to override it. So bypassing authentication flow, because I don't want to set up an like say Firebase project for now. If you want, you can just go to Firebase Studio here, create a Firebase project, and like say if it has created a project already, let me just show you. So the project is not created yet. So I can just go here, create a project, and then you can just create like authentication. The like Greece has already used this authentication tool, so you can just go there, click and create a authentication and put it here all the in this .env.local. So yes, we got this. You can see it has just created a dummy user here, right? We can now go here and add a column. So we can just click on add this column. So this add column is probably not working, I guess. So if I refresh this, so add column is not working, right? So what I can do now is I can just go here. So there are multiple buttons you can see, right? So one button is here. I can just select one of like anything here. So I'll just select this button and try to give this. So like say I'll just say the button is not working properly. So you can give a command to a particular button as well. So now you can see it has just taken that command as button. So for the element button, it is trying to take that command, and there is an error as well. Cloud Firestore API has not been used in project. Ready? Okay. So that is one error. Let's just fix this error. Wait a second. Samir. Yeah, Samir, go ahead if you're having something.
Yeah, actually, I'm asking one question only.
Mm-hmm.
Do we really need to not to know coding if we are doing vibe coding?
Uh, Probably
Actually, I'm
not
doing
unless you are
actually
doing.
actually I'm doing coding from last 2 years, and I found out that vibe coding is only for professionals only, not for a beginner level.
I we can say that, but probably like it's not where we are heading towards. Probably because
Mm-hmm.
if you see, we are continuously using Chat GPT nowadays. Like for everything, we are using Chat GPT or like Grok or Claude. Anything we are
Mm-hmm.
just trying to use it. Whereas vibe coding is something we'll actually talk about the consequences of it, like what is the consequences. But yes, like I can say until unless you are not going to backend and your user base is not that much,
But
then for that we can have vibe coding.
I don't think so that if there is no backend in any website, then it is useful or it is scalable. So vibe coding is only for front end. That is too
Yeah,
for a beginner level
yeah,
approach.
we can say that we can have a
So
custom.
we should rather than just saying vibe coding or something, we should really do some coding, right?
Yeah, like if we have a proper backend, like say example, if we are going, but the thing is with the Firebase, they are supporting backend as well because Firebase itself is a backend. So we also get some backend probably in the Firebase Studio itself, which is going to handle our all the user requests, everything. But yes, Firebase, of course, I guess everybody knows that it is not that much fast backend tool. So yes, for backend purposes and for the tool, like if you want to make a better tool, of course you need to know the coding.
Yeah, yeah.
But like if you
Continue.
might have seen, there are a lot of website. You might have actually. I was going to give an example of. There is an example of T app. If we have heard about. Have you heard about T app? There is a app called T. So there
No,
was,
not yet.
yeah. So there was where it is. So I guess it was removed. But yeah, so there was an application like a T app, which was in like famous in US, which was purely vibe coded, but the application was great. Like I can say the use case was great. You can just search about it. So what exactly T app was. So if you just search and if you just go to x.com, right, and just search for like say uh, T app, and if you just search about it, you can see there is a lot of like what is it doing. Yeah, so you can see the at least I have my wine and cat. So basically they are having like it was literally their whole database was hacked. So you can see, yeah, so there were
Yeah,
whole.
but I don't think so. Like X will show us something that is useful, right? Like like by post we cannot just judge the application. Like
No,
there
actually
should be a lot of
there was like I can say uh, this what is it T app actually given a proper apology to the user that okay, yes, we have leaked the data from, but they have not like said that it is leaked from our side. They have just said it was hacked, but of course it was not hacked because their whole database itself was leaked, and the database was on Firebase. So that whole Firebase data got leaked. Every one user face from the chat from the like everything was there on the internet. Like if you can search for it, you can just get everything that is there on that is like got from the app. So yes, there are consequences of it. Like we cannot say it is good, but we cannot also say like we cannot say it is good for higher user scale, but yes, it is good for like lower level user scale if you can have. So that is like for normal use it is good, but for higher level it is not good. Like T app was having almost I guess 10 million users, I guess something like that. So that is where they failed, I guess. And there are a lot of different applications which failed, or I can say you cannot use it for like higher end calculations as well. That is one also one thing. So now we got this task flow. Let us just see this what it has built. So we got a column. We can see there are multiple columns. We can add tasks. So task one is added. We can see multiple tasks has been added in the all the columns. We can change this column. Like say if I want to change in. So this is in progress. This is like say done, and I can have this next column which is having like say we can just say deployed, right? And there is one problem, like say this task is there but we cannot edit a task. We can of course drag and drop it, but we cannot edit it. So if I want to edit it, like how can I do that? So there is one more thing, like you can have a drawing here. So I can go here and let's just draw this. So here, like say, I'll just go here, write a small, and let's click here and put, let me just choose some color, maybe this color, and edit, edit. So let's just, so we have just done some drawing. Now let me just put a delete button, maybe, like you can also put some delete button here. Let me just send the drawing here. So it will take the drawing and it will try to give us this whatever we have just drawn. So probably we'll get the edit part. I guess if it is doing the great job, it will give me edit, but edit text in all the tasks. But if it is not, it will probably give me edit button only here. So let's just see how it is useful. I think you will get the answer whether we should use vibe coding in real applications. So let's just see that in action. Of course, like after a lot of prompts, we can actually do manage it well to have a edit, delete, everything kind of. Also, we can also have like here itself. We can, till now it is not for lot of users, right? We can also create it in a way that you can assign this task to a particular user. So let's just see, add column. So again, this add column is not working properly, I guess. Yeah, there is one more thing. We can just go here, click on it, and we will get a whole website on a different, like on a hosted like platform. And I can inspect it if there is a problem. So we can go to console. We can see a lot of things are there. So if I click on this add column, it is not working here. So let us just again go here and try to fix this. So yeah, let me just choose this button again. uh, and this button is not working properly. So let us just see if it is going to fix this thing. I was just going through the chat once. Let me see. For these things, we can use Lovable, and for authentication, we can use it, but yeah, Lovable is not good. I guess it is just good. Like I can say, Bolt AI or Lovable is more of a doing for front end thing, not for backends. That is one. And I am hearing for this for the first. I am hearing this name first time. Like I think you're talking about T app probably. So T app is something like you can just search for because it has leaked a lot of data. So we can still, this is not working. Okay, it has added actually. Sorry. So now we can see it is with whether it has added edit. So it has not added edit. So let me just go here. Now I can just grab this button and also tell this that add edit and delete button. Not buttons, but action. Actions will be good. So now if I do that, we can see that it has selected for element this card header and we can see this. So I guess it is like we're running out of time. So I have told you about switch code. There is one more button, like say publish, right? So we can just go here and click on publish. But before publishing, let's say I want to show, like say for now you are here, but if you want to show it to the other users, how can you show it? So there is a button like this. So we can make it public and private as well. So if I make it public, right, you can see it is public here. And if I copy this URL and give you this, so you can now, like you all can go to this and properly use it. So let's just go and try to use it. Like if you can guys go there, let's see. So again, this add, like let me just know whether add column is working. uh, this add column is taking too much time to configure. Again, this button is not working. So as of now, we're just trying to go to a thing and trying to just grab and tell it that it's not working. Yeah, I can say apart like in Cursor or in Windsurf, we don't have this feature. Like we cannot grab one particular component and tell that okay, fix this component. That is something which is very much good in Five Studio. So you can just go to the link that I have shared and you can try to see whether it is working. So add column is still not working. I'll just say still not working properly. We have feature in Windsurf. Okay, I have not seen that feature yet. Like maybe I have not explored that feature yet. Okay, so yeah, we can just click on publish and it will try to create a files project. It will try to, uh, then there is one thing like linking Google Cloud billing account. So if you don't have a billing account on Google Cloud, you cannot be able to publish this project. So for that, probably like everything is free on Firebase apart from one thing like publishing your app. So publishing your app will need a credit card. So if you don't have a credit card, probably you will able to build a project but not host the project. So that is one problem, I guess. Yeah, so everything apart from this part like publishing part, everything is free on because it is a Google product, so of course they have just made it freely available for every user. So you can just use it for probably prototyping, I guess, not for the real world. But yes, you can publish it and try to get. So basically, if you want to create a project which is like if you want to create something in less time and host it, or maybe just show it to your investors or something, then Firebase Studio can be a big deal or big thing for us as an like user that Google has done. Button is not working. Yeah, that is, yeah. Oh, okay. Greece, it is working. I can see. Okay, anybody is having doubt, we will stop it. Yeah, button is working now. Let's just see if the task, add task. Okay, alert dialog is not. Array. Okay, so I guess 1 hour was not enough to do this. So call stack, so collapse frame. So we can see what are the errors. If we want to fix it on our own, then we really need to know a little bit of coding, because then if not, we cannot fix the errors. Like say this is now it is taking a lot of time to fix one error. Like I
That
don't know.
is the, I guess that is the main problem in vibe code now. It
Yeah,
is
that
correcting.
is
It is
one
correcting
problem.
one thing only and destroying all the stuff.
Exactly. That is the biggest problem we will face until and unless you don't know how to code. Like say I can go here and just search for. So we have already seen that we can go here. So if Gemini comes up, I can see where this button is existing, and then I can just try to fix that button on my own. But for that, I have to. So let me just keep it here. Yes, and then I can just target one thing. Let's see, here I cannot target, I guess. So here I can just say where the add column button code is. So if I put it here, it will, if I do some kind of anything here, it will just give me where this button is. So it is there in column container.tsx and where this code exists. So let us just go to component column container, and here you can see which line it is. So it has given me this line as well. So from here we can directly go to this code. So there is the button. So let's just go to the button. So here we have it. So this is the button which is actually like having it for. So yes, we can directly go to this Gemini, ask what question, what like. Also there is, if we want to, there is one more feature I can say it is good. Like we can create test cases to check whether it is actually working properly. So I guess that is it about Fire Studio. If you have any doubts, you can go through and Just put it in chat box or maybe turn on your mics and tell. So let me just go to that page overall. So yeah, if you're having any questions. Thank you, Sahil, and thank you for joining. I guess most of you, I'm seeing most of you for the first time probably uh, in this meet. I hope we all will see in the next. Got to know about Fire Studio. I'll rate 1,000. Great, great, Greece. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Sahil. I'll try. I'll see and accept your and connect. Thank you, Samir. Great. So if nothing is there, we can see in the next events probably. Like, of course, I guess Samir is something like he's kind of offended with the vibe coding thing. Of course, we all are, but what we can do, we
No,
have.
I'm not offended. I'm just enjoying your like content. But I